¿Qué onda, gente? ¿Qué onda, gente? Aquí literal me acabo de reventar haciendo 100 burpees en ese puto suelo. Casi se me olvida, este es en inglés. Anyway, never mind that. But just got done doing some burpees. Honestly, you saw my story. I shared with you guys that I was going live to explain why I disappeared for the last 3 years. And man, it's my personal life. So I had to give myself a little pumped, a little something to really talk openly about what I was keeping in private. But take a walk with me. It's a beautiful park. So take a quick walk. We're gonna circle around and come back to that little gazebo right there. So in order to talk about the last 3 years and why I basically disappeared, I gotta go back to 2020, and I don't have a lot of time because I still gotta pick up Liam from school, so I'll just kind of share with you guys what happened in 2020 moving forward. But as many of you guys know, I was working at the meat place and I hurt my shoulder. I tore my labrum, which prevented me from doing the job. I was meat packing, I was deboning, I was doing a lot of things that required a lot of physical work. So I wasn't able to really perform the job. So for those of you guys that don't know, in 2019, I actually got certified as a trainer and I pursued that dream. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna walk through, man. So I got certified as a trainer back in 2019, and by 2020, I had my certification and decided, well, this job is obviously hurting me. I couldn't do the job without physically hurting myself, and I decided to leave. It was a week of Thanksgiving, actually. I put in not even my 2 weeks. I mean, I put in a couple days notice. I started Monday. My last day was Wednesday. So I'm grateful for everything that place taught me. Grateful for the people that I had met. But it was time for me to, move on. So at the end of 2020, I started my online coaching. It took off pretty well. But like everything else, you get that dopamine hit and everything's going pretty good until it isn't. So 2021 was really rough business-wise. I went through a lot of savings, and I'm grateful that Jenny supported me through that year, because she was honestly holding it down for the family. She was working at the fire department, she was working for the city, and while I was trying to make this dream work, she stuck around and believed in me, and the business took off after a couple years. I mean, I got to the point where I was, for full transparency, I was making $3,000 to $5,000 on online coaching. I mean, that's pretty reasonable to, live a decent life. Everything was pretty steady. And man, I got presented with a job offer that I did turn down at the beginning, because I know that going back into the meat world, the meat business, was going to mean, going back to the business itself. But after some convincing, I got talked into it. Decided to take on the job, and this was actually my first managing job. But I had been in the meat business for 6.5 years. I knew how to do the damn thing. I believed in myself, my skills, and I took it. So with that being said, it was never my intention to drop coaching at all. I got presented an opportunity to double my income, and on top of that, doing online coaching. Who could turn that down? I was, in my head, I was gonna kill it. But I was driven by the money. I was driven by stupid shit. I just didn't have my head in the right place. And I ended up dropping the ball on my coaching. I ended up dropping the ball on my family. I ended up dropping the ball on a lot of things. And that's how it got, to 2022. Well, the end of 2022, 23. I was devoting myself to this job, and I was devoting myself to a company that I forgot about my own thing, that I neglected my own thing. So that thing, led to many problems at home, in my personal life, in my head, where, my family was falling apart, but nothing was ever shared because, like I said, I was just trying to keep everything private. I didn't want anyone to know my struggles. I didn't want anyone to know what I was going through. I didn't want anyone to know about me. I had come to the conclusion that coaching was not going to be it anymore. But something told me, something within my head, my subconscious, was telling me, hold on just a little longer. Hold on just a little longer. And with one thing, leading to another, like I said, I lost myself in the process where I would wake up. I would wake up praying to God that I could at least just make it through the day. I didn't have the drive. I didn't have the nothing. I didn't have grasp. I didn't have motive. I didn't have purpose. I didn't have intention. I didn't have nothing. But something told me just hang on a little longer. And that's how it happened. I just held on a little longer. I just went on day by day, hoping that I could make it to the next. And luckily for me, I'm here today. But a lot of things happened in between. Like I said, I started to lose sight of my coaching passion, of myself. Like even going to the gym was tough. I found myself in a position where even just going to the gym, I was just there, but not there. I was not myself. I was not myself, and it took a long time and a lot of effort to grasp onto something, to really find who I was again. And it took a lot of pain, man. It took a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, but it was thanks to that I'm able to talk to you guys right here, right now. And we all deal with different problems. To me, like I said, back then, it was more with my family falling apart, with me basically in ruins, that, nothing made sense. Yes, I had a good paying job. I had a nice house, but none of that mattered. I felt so empty that I couldn't even share that with anyone, let alone as a coach. I'm supposed to lead people. I'm supposed to coach people, and I couldn't even coach myself, right? And on top of that, I was a manager for a department depending on me as their leader, and to me, I just felt like a fraud, like I couldn't even show up for myself. But I kept doing it, to the best of my ability every single day. And while some of the things that I've done, some of the things that I've said, I'm not proud of. Everything has led me to where I am today. But just to kind of tell you guys everything in a nutshell, everything in my life fell apart. I started seeing people's true colors. A lot of so-called friends who showed their true colors. I was alone for a long time. And I can hands down tell you that there was only one person who really, really held it down for me. And though he's very young, or much younger than me, he did his part, His presence alone, just knowing that somebody was actually there for me, just made that big of a difference. Always be grateful for him, man. When my so-called true friends would just see me struggling and not even reach out or, check in, nothing, like, I know I did it to myself, but as men, we don't reach out for help. So when another guy willingly is willing to show his support, that speaks wonders, man. But anyway, I found out about a lot of people, fake friends, fucking clowns, backstabbers, a lot. And I'm not gonna mention any names, but if you done me dirty, I know who the fuck you are, man. I know who you are, and if I decided to play dumb, it's by choice. You know, you're fucking up your own life, and soon karma will catch up to you. You know, I'll leave it at that. But fast forward to right now, that all happened, you know, 2023 leading up to 2024. We ended up moving from Idaho Falls, which is where I used to work, where I used to live, to Boise. Jenny got a really good job offer there. She became the first female fire marshal in the state of Idaho. So big win for her. I'm proud of her, and I wanted to support her in the way that she supported me through making the change to Idaho Falls. Because I mean, we literally left everything behind. We left our home, we left, you know, our place, we left our town, and we took a leap of faith. But it was only fair that I repaid that back, you know, after she supported me for so long, you know. And we made the move, but by the time we made a move to Boise, I mean, work wasn't going very well for me. That I actually ended up going back to Idaho Falls, and I was commuting every weekend to every other weekend. And at this point, you know, we're not in a like a financial struggle. We're just, you know, getting by without struggle, if that makes any sense. But I didn't want to go through, you know, our savings and everything like that. So finding a job was, you know, one of the biggest struggles for me during a few months, because I didn't know what to do. Like I said, was in the process of refining myself, and I didn't want to just work a job just to work it. I wanted to work something that was going to bring me purpose. And one of my former co-workers actually got me a job back at the company where I used to work, and it was thanks to her that, you know, I kind of found that little bit of stability. Even though I didn't need to work there, you know, it was something familiar that I knew what to do, and I figured, why not, you know? I already know it. I can find something else while I work there. But things didn't work out. I ended up, you know, leaving that place again, and decided to go to Mexico for about a week and a half. Go back with family, just feel whole again. I took Liam with me. We were down there. Jenny had to work, so she couldn't go with us. But while we were down there, I mean, everything just seemed peaceful. Everything just seemed normal. Everything just seemed unbothered. So that really helped me kind of grasp onto reality and say, hey, you know, like, this is your life. Like, take ownership of it. It is up to you to decide what you do with it. So when we came back, that's what I did. I decided to not give up on coaching. I decided to not give up on myself. I decided that my family deserved a man that they could be proud of, and I deserved a man that I could admire. So slowly but surely, things started to get put back together. And when we came back, I got a job at a warehouse. It was a tire distributing company that, I mean, I was only there for a couple months, and I'll tell you why I quit. But I mean, I made that place my bitch. You know, I made that place my bitch because if you know me, if you've ever worked with me, you know that I fucking put it down. Okay, it doesn't matter if I'm cleaning a bathroom, it doesn't matter if I'm driving a truck, it doesn't matter if I'm taping a box. Like, what I do, I fucking do it to the best that I can. That is my job, that is my reputation. I put my work on the line because it's who I am. So I made that place my bitch. I mean, I was one of the top dogs within a couple of months. I mean, my numbers spoke for themselves. I was restocking tires, I was delivering tires. Yes, I did have a couple mistakes. Yes, I messed up, but nothing that I did not take ownership of that helped me grow. You know, I showed up every day to do my best, not to talk, but to show up, you know. And the reason why I quit that place, despite doing so well, is that after a couple months of busting my ass, I asked for one day off. and that was Liam's birthday. I came in that morning on a Monday. His birthday was not until Thursday or Friday. I asked, hey, I know it's a little bit of a short notice, but I want to I didn't even ask for the full day. I asked for a half a day and be with my son on his birthday. Well, they said no. So I was like, cool. If I was a shitty worker, if I was not, doing the job, if I was not, me, period, and doing the things that I did, I would be like, okay, he doesn't fucking deserve it. But man, I was fucking leaving everything behind to make this shit work, to be one of the top dogs, to do my job right. And for me to ask one thing in return, I mean, it's only fair, I thought it was only fair. So that just kind of gave me the expectation of, this shit ain't worth it. So I decided to make that change and be like, you know what, I'm parting ways. Like, it's not worth it. Coming from a place, again, where I almost, lost my family, and I didn't want to go through that phase where I was neglecting them ever again. So I dipped, and at this time, Liam was over at grandma's, and I went over to pick him up. And still today, and this is the beauty of it, man, and I'm getting a little emotional, but it's the beauty of it that even today, Liam still reminds me. He's like, hey, Dad, remember that day when you quit your job to be with me on my birthday? It's like, I was happy that day. So I was like, it was fucking worth it, bro. And I'd do it all over again. But that was, that was just a great experience. I mean, the growth that came from that is just, money comes and goes, but the experiences, the presence, that's forever lasting, man. And if you're putting your job, money, business over your own people, over your own families, like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? There's so much more. Yes, money's a big thing in life, but guess what? That circles around. Your kids' lives, it's passing by. Your life is passing by. How are you spending it? I mean, I won't even go too far, 2023, or 24 actually, was just a big loss for me, with everything that I had just mentioned to you guys, to financially. I mean, to be completely transparent, I lost about $50,000 that year. I mean, I sold a house that I lost on. I did bad investing. I made bad decisions. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not even tripping over it, because money can be made again. Money can be made again. You can always get that shit back. But what I gained from that loss, from that year, I'd fucking lose it all over again, man. I'd fucking lose it all over again just to gain myself back, just to gain my family back, just to gain my life back. My purpose. My connection to God. I'd fucking do it all over again, man. Because this shit right here is what's actually worth it. You can't put a money sign on the things that I'm talking about, man. If you have purpose, if you have intention, if you have your loved ones, grasp onto that, hug it, don't let go. Because you can't buy that shit, man. You can't buy it. You see, a lot of times we just get driven by all the material things that we own. I mean, I did it with cars, a lot. It took 12 fucking cars for me to get my shit together. And right now, I'm grateful, man. Even if I had a fucking scooter, I'd be grateful. Even if I just had a bicycle, I'd be grateful. Even if I didn't have a fucking car and I had to be on a bus, I'm fucking grateful, man. The level of peace that I'm experiencing right now it's insane, man. It's insane. Like, I've had a lot. I don't have a lot anymore. But I feel whole. And at the end of the day, man, like, I don't need anything. I've told you guys that if you watch my stories, Like, all I fucking need is just a place to train, a fucking floor to do burpees, a fucking plate with just rice and eggs. Like, I don't fucking need shit to feel at peace, to feel at purpose, man. But I want everything, you know. I don't need it, but I want everything. Because only then will I be taken serious. Only then will I be heard. Only then can I help, can I be abundant in ways that I can't be right now. That's the only reason. I'm going for everything. I'm gonna get everything. And when I do, there will be people that talk about, oh, how ungrateful I am, how arrogant I am, how this and that. But it is this right here who's listening to me right now, that even right now when I don't have shit, when I ain't shit, that when I do have it all, then when I do get it all, I'll be the same fucking person that you're listening to right now. But anyway, I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to this. If you made it all the way through, you don't know how much it means to me that you're even here listening to a nobody talk about his story. I mean, it means a lot. You know, it means a lot that you're even here. I appreciate every single one of you guys who are truly supporting me, who are truly rocking with me. And I can tell you that your support does not go unnoticed. I appreciate you guys more than words can describe. And honestly, man, we're just getting started. We're just getting started. It's been a long road. It's been a tough road. It's been painful. But a lot of that had to happen to be here right now. A lot of that had to happen to be here right now, and everything happens for a reason, man. Everything happens for a reason, and I can't wait to share everything that's going to happen, everything that's gonna unfold with this journey leading on from this point forward. Okay? I hope you guys have a great day. I have to go get Liam from school right now, actually, so it's only about a 2-minute drive, actually, so I still have a couple minutes. But just know that if you're going through something, you know, that's what life is. You know, life is preparing you for the next level. Life is preparing you for the next thing. You just gotta embrace it. You just gotta hug onto that suffering. You have to hug onto that pain and think outside the box. Like, what is this trying to teach me? Who is this trying to turn me into? A lot of times it's hard to see past the pain, past the struggle. But everything really lines up so that you become who you need to become, so that you need to find your purpose, so that you find true intentions. It's up to you to discover what those intentions are, what your purpose is. And I mean, only you can do it. You know, and it all starts with who you are as a person, how you treat yourself, how you treat your mind, your body, your soul. I know that me as a coach, it might sound biased, but everything does start with you, with what you put in your body, in your mind, food, education, everything, man. Everything outside, external, is going to be a reflection of how you are, who you are internally. So don't neglect the importance of your personal development. Work on yourself every single day. Create that person that you admire and respect, and give it to the world, man. Give it to the world. The road is not going to be easy, but it doesn't have to be. It just has to be worth it. It has to be worth it, and only you can take charge of what route you want to take. Play the victim or play the hero in your story. And I'll leave it at that. Okay? Again, appreciate you guys listening. Have a great day. Let's go.